Person questions.
Congrats on the road one. Thanks. Back and forth game till 71-71. And you guys really kind of, I don't know if you picked up the effort defensively or what worked so well down the stretch on the defensive end. And I think you guys held Aaliyah to just those 2 free throws outside in the entire second half.
We made a choice at halftime that we were going to defend the paint and rebound. They were the big 2 keys to start the game, and we just decided we weren't going to do it in the first half. And when you give them the stats, like they got 30 in the paint at halftime, and it's 5-0 on the offensive boards, we had to decide whether we were going to change that. And once we did, we controlled the game. Both teams threw a couple shots in late in the clock. We probably could have held them to a few less points in the second half, especially there in the last minute. But we decided to dig in and play connected defense and be physical and do the things you got to do to be a good defensive team.
What do you think of the returners, that trio, how they play tonight? I know obviously limited minutes, but how did you feel with them? How did they look health-wise also on top of
that? Mixed bag, kind of to be expected when there's been a long layoff. It's the other thing is hard. It's just hard to get a rhythm for the game when you're in for a couple minutes, out for a few minutes, and then back in. So I think it'll get easier for each of them. Obviously, Kira had a game under her belt already, so she kind of looked like the most comfortable of the group. So, another flight home tomorrow, quick turnaround to Sunday, and we'll see where everybody's at when we get back to DC.
Another 30 for Slim. Is she just in a space right now where things are really working for her? What has she found really that is working so well for her these last couple? I mean, it's been a stretch, but especially these last couple.
When she makes threes, I don't know what you're supposed to do with her. I thought she made some great passes as well. The shot Tiana Hawkins hit was a great read by Slim. We tried to give her a driving lane. They didn't let her. They put 2 on her, and she made a great read. So I think she's seeing the game pretty clearly right now. When she can get to the rim, when she just needs to shoot an open jumper, and when she needs to make a play for her teammates.
And last one from me, I just want to, we've talked about, you said they're going to have to figure it out in the game, that balance between continuing to be aggressive, like when folks weren't here, and blending in new folks. How did that aspect kind of go from your perspective?
Choppy early, and then it got better. Yeah, choppy early. I mean, it was just kind of, you could see kind of everybody feeling themselves out, feeling their teammate out, like just trying to. It took a couple minutes to get a little bit of a rhythm. I thought kind of the second time everybody came back in the game, the ones I subbed out early, it looked a little more comfortable.
Cool. That's all I got. Thank you.
All right, we can move on to Zoom. Michael?
Yeah, Coach Thibault, congrats on the win. I wonder if you could talk just about the sort of the emotional resolve of this bunch. It's been a long time that you haven't had all 3 of those players, and you're still hanging in there. What was the emotional feeling today of seeing them all be able to play, and how do you think that lifts your team
up? I mean, it gives a big lift, and I think we saw also the effect of people who have seen a lot of playing time stay ready. I really like that. I like that from Shatori and Tiana and Maisha and Queen, who all of a sudden their rotation, their minutes were a little bit different, but all of them were ready and contributed in a major way. When you go through some adversity and some obstacles, you have a choice how you want to respond to it, and I think it's a good habit. The more you do it, the more it becomes part of who you are. So I think that's part of the DNA of this team now.
Thank you.
MIZ.
COU.
Tyler?
Hey, Eric, I saw Elena didn't play in the second half. Was that by design, or is there something else going on there?
A little tight, a little cautious. Like I said, those minutes are kind of tricky. So tighten up a bit. It's just hard. You're in for a few minutes, you're out, you're back in, you're out, you're back in, halftime. So it's just, I don't know if you saw, she came out to warm up second half and just felt a little tight. So like I said, we'll see when we get back.
Got it. And then you obviously talked about the coming out a half with a defensive intensity that was different than what you saw in the first half. Overall, how do you feel like the adjustment was on the defensive end from integrating these new players back in?
Mostly good. Mostly good. Once we decided to help each other and not give wide open driving lanes, and rebound the ball, which is the biggest key when you play Indiana, we looked a lot better. And I don't know. I mean, to be fair to Indiana, they came out with a lot of tempo and a lot of speed. It looked like a young team that's probably been practicing a lot. And, we kind of weathered that early storm. I thought we did a decent job, even though we weren't playing well, of kind of staying in the game early. And then once we decided to defend, we were, kind of more in control.
And my last one is just about how aware do you think the team was about the losing streak on the road? And then what type of release was it to be able to kind of get the win like you did tonight?
We were very aware. And a little bit of a release, but more just, we know it's a big win at this point in the season.
Got it. Thanks, Coach.
Jen?
Hey Eric, just on Elena, that's her ankle that tightened up, right? Not anything else.
Honestly, I didn't get like the full download after the game. She's just been kind of working through some stuff. I'll get a more pinpoint answer. As you can imagine, I go right from the locker room to coming back here. So.
Okay. And then, just curious, as you watched, trying to integrate the players coming back, are there certain elements either on the offensive or the defensive side that you thought were like ahead of others? Like, for example, I thought we figured out how to do pick and rolls again really quickly, but this other thing we're still working on. Like, what did you see when you kind of drilled down a little bit?
Those guys specifically?
Just as a group trying to get comfortable with them again.
Probably the stuff when it was ball screen and simpler spacing's the easiest. It's a group that knows how to space the floor, so that's simpler. Some of the off ball timing and stuff just going to need a little bit of work to get our game timing back when somebody's pressuring you and trying to speed you up and mixing their coverages up. So I don't know, all of it will get better.
And then last thing for me, just with that losing streak you guys had on the road, do you chalk that up to anything in particular other than being shorthanded and kind of going through it? Like, were there things that you saw on the road that you didn't necessarily see at home, or what do you kind of attribute that to?
I think I've spoken on it a few times that obviously it's being shorthanded and being at home gives you a little bit of an extra boost. We played good teams on the road and we had a few close games that we could have closed and we didn't. And all of a sudden you look up and it's August.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Hello, you guys got questions?
All right, that's all the time we have.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Ask them about Latoya's second.
All we're saying is Sandro's fault.
Yeah. All right. We can start with in-person questions.
Oh, in person. What up, Kareem?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, Raimi. We're sitting so close. We are.
Just in general, first of all, just how good did it feel just to have your entire group back together and on the floor and being able to kind of do the things that you guys have been able to do?
Well, I will just say, Tosh said it in the warm up, like it's a joke, but like all jokes aside, it felt really good to have a lot of people in the layup line today.
Oh my God.
Like you sometimes take for granted like the amount of people that you have available in for a good month and some change. We were like literally laying the ball up and then going to get the rebound. So it's just really, really I don't know what word to use. Like, we're happy as hell to just have them back, have them healthier. It's still a journey. It's still a process with them getting back. They can't just go out and play 40 minutes, So just giving them grace and allowing themselves to feel it out and understand that those that have been playing, that we have to keep playing, because just because they're back does not mean that we let off.
Kira, I wanted to ask two-parter for you. First off, how do you feel? And second off, the defensive effort that you guys really kind of cranked up in that second half. especially you and Queen. I think you held Aaliyah to, I think she was shut out in that second half
Period.
for those 2 free throws.
Mhm.
So what worked so well defensively, and just kind of an update on how you're feeling right now.
Well, update. I feel pretty solid. Better. I feel like better than last game. But it was a little rough adjusting because I did not be like I wasn't able to participate in practice pretty much for the whole week. So I was a little nervous coming in that, I just wasn't gonna be moving the same or just improving at least. But I mean, I came out and I felt pretty solid by at least by the second half. As far as shutting her down, for me personally, I think I just got back to how I played her in college. I think going back from last game I played against her, I was just trying to bang with her too much, and that's never really what I've ever done. So I just got back to moving my feet. I mean, Queen was doing the same, and I mean, we're just pretty aggressive and not making anything easy. That's pretty much it.
Natasha, I'm gonna ask you about Slim.
Yeah.
30 piece for the second
For the
consecutive
second
game.
time. Yes, sir.
Obviously, she's been
Hooping.
Mhm.
What is she
For a month.
doing so well for a month? What has she been doing so well that really stands out to you?
Hyper up.
Well, I don't think I don't think people talk enough about Slim being a two-way player. And so I think that a lot of people are focusing on her offense right now because she is having 30-point games and being really consistent for us over this last month. But she's a player that very much gets her offense from her defense. And she sets the tone for us a lot of nights on the defensive end, getting tips, deflections, and is able to get out, leak out. But I think what's working well from her is just her allowing the game to come to herself. This is why she came here. She wanted an organization that was going to believe in her and kind of give her the green light to be who she is. A triple threat player, a two-way player, and that's exactly what we've done. In this last month, a lot has fallen on her shoulders, and I think from a leadership standpoint, she stepped up. She's taken on that role. She's taken on that responsibility with pride, and that's who she is for us. Even going into halftime tonight, I'm like, hey, buddy, keep going, keep leading. We're going to follow. We're going to get it going. I'm going to get myself going. But she's been phenomenal over this last month. I don't know why she hasn't been talked about for player of the month or even player of the week in the East. I know y'all want to keep talking about these other teams, but y'all need to focus. I don't care. I don't care. You hooping, period.
That's it for me.
Appreciate you, Poppy. I love you, Poppy.
All right, we can move on to Zoom.
Absolutely.
Michael.
Yeah, thank you. This is a question for Brittney. Brittney, how excited are you just about
Brittney? Can we go with Slim?
Yeah, I can call you Slim. I don't always know if it's okay to use nicknames. So
I don't even know who Brittney is, to be honest. So you said Brittney. I was like,
then Slim it is.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I just wondered, like, for you, I mean, this being with this group, what Natasha just said about why you came to Washington, it just seems like you have taken so much on your shoulders kind of gladly. And I just wonder what this next stretch is like. You guys are still in the playoff hunt, and once you're in the playoffs, it's a brand new season. And for you, how big is that?
Well, I mean, I got some big ass shoulders, so you see them? They wide. Here ain't got no space.
I got my shit fired.
Okay. All jokes aside, I think that because of what has happened to us in the past month, we've unlocked some things that we didn't know, like we're gonna be. Like, nobody knew that I was about to go on this scoring prowess. Like, nobody knew that we were about to, implement some people that we wouldn't expect to score on our team as much as they have in this past. So for us, I think it's unlocking those new things, having the other people come back, mixing that in, and creating a formula to where we're pushing through playoffs. Like, we're really excited. We're still in playoff runnings. I think we are in playoffs, but we want to get above 500. Like, we want to be able to get some wins on the road like this one. This is our first. We have a nice home stretch. Yeah, we have a nice home stretch, but yeah, we just gotta these next couple games just finish out strong and just play our basketball. I think today, well, not even today, ever since the Vegas game, we made a decision as a team after Phoenix that we were going to make a choice to just be the team that we said we want to be, but we got to do things that we haven't done yet or do things that we need to do consistently.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tyler.
Hey everybody, I have one question. I'm gonna direct it at Tosh, but anyone else is welcome to answer.
Hi, Tyler.
Hey Tosh, having everyone back, obviously it's going to be kind of a process getting back to being a well-oiled machine that you want it to be. What was the most encouraging thing tonight? Understanding you haven't obviously watched film, but what was the most encouraging thing for you to see the process kind of start tonight?
The best thing to see was Kira on the court, A on the court, and Ella on the court. We're waiting for Panda now, and that's the thing that I'll take most from tonight. I don't know if we talked about it yet, but even little things with like just seeing them in our huddle before running out to the court, little things with seeing them in our layup lines, like having our full team. We are a family, so when you're missing your sisters, that makes stuff hard. You try to hold it down in the meantime, but just to see them back and healthy, away from the court standpoint, like we're talking about their health overall and longevity of their lives and their health. And so I'm just happy to see everyone back. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's getting back. And we'll be okay. They just got to get their footing. They, like Kira said, they haven't really been in practice. So now it's about implementing them, getting them back in slowly, but making sure we're still protecting them, and they're going to be fine. Like, even seeing Kira tonight tip that ball in and on the top, like you're seeing glimpses. So in the meantime, we're gonna continue to hold the fort down. But we know that they're gonna work themselves in here.
You forgot the block shot in the fucking
I missed that one. Yeah, I'm so happy I can yell Kira again and know that she's gonna come block a shot. She can No, but dead ass. No, God, I do. No, in the what was it? What game was it? No, Vegas game. I was like, no, he wasn't in the Vegas. What one was it last week?
Okay, anymore? Wait, guys, we can talk about this after. Anymore?
That's it for me. Thank you.
Jen?
Hey y'all. Kira, if I can start with you, you were saying things felt better this game than the last game. Where specifically do you feel like you felt more comfortable the most? Like where did you know?
The most comfortable?
Yeah.
I would say it probably was on the defensive end. Like more of my like lateral and like just getting into movements that are predictable is basically my biggest thing. And I think I was able to get that today and feel good. I mean, I was getting knocked to the ground, I was getting fouled, and I mean, it hurt a little bit, but it was fine after. So I feel like that's my improvement that I've had. I mean, offensively, I'm still trying to figure it out, still trying to, be aggressive, but, it ain't there yet. So I think the best thing I was able to improve on was just the defense. Yeah, we can get there. No pressure.
It's about trusting your body.
Yeah.
And Tosh, for you, can you just kind of walk me through what's going in your head kind of late in the game? You're getting all those free throws, and then that play you made with like 8 seconds left where you saved that ball that was maybe going in the backcourt out of bounds. Like, what was just your mentality over the last like minute or so?
Just to be solid for us. I think that me and Slim especially have been working on our composure, and I would give us like an A for today. I'm very proud of us. But during that last minute or so, just about making sure I'm getting to the ball, understanding that I'm one of the few that needs to shoot the free throws at the end of the game, and then just stepping up and being confident in my free throw percentage, being confident in solidifying games for us. And then just securing the ball, meeting every pass, knowing that they were going to foul and try to truck through us. And Slim even prepared me that last one to get trucked like football players. So just trying to be poised for us is what my mentality was.
Just one more for me, for Slim. Just from your perspective, as you guys are getting, players back from injury or whatever, what parts, either on the offensive side or the defensive side, like what parts of the game feel especially like fluid and have come back really naturally, and what parts do you feel like you're still kind of working out the kinks with everybody?
We're just talking about like overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, do you feel like pick and rolls are like coming back easily, but this other thing
I feel like the only thing we're having to deal with when it comes to people coming back is just them getting back into flow. That's the only thing, like making sure, like, it's that rust, like getting the rust off. Like Deli, half of the shots she missed tonight, them is all net. Mm-hmm. So, it's in those moments where we're like telling her, keep shooting. Like, keep shooting. Don't be mad that you're missing shots. Like, you're literally just coming back, Kira. You might lose the ball, or you know what I'm saying, like a easy lay-in that she gets all the time on one of her favorite moves. It's gonna come. Like their bodies are just getting used to being back in rhythm with everybody else. So that if that's a problem, then okay. But like, there really isn't anything. Like, we're gaining.
They are problems, so it's okay.
They're problems, but not our problem.
They
Like, y'all problems on the court.
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
y'all
all right,
say.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Christy,
They just go with their school.
this
That little,
hi y'all.
little jab. You know, you gotta do that. You gotta do it.
Oh, you saw that?
We out of here. Sorry, Christy.
No, I have one quick one. Just with what Eric said about the second half defensively and how Indiana had 30 paint points in that first half. And what was it, just as simple as, hey, we got to take that away, or was there something specifically that you locked into in the second half to kind of take that paint away from them that they had in that first half?
We wasn't gonna get bitched. We feel we feel like they set the tone. They were really physical in the first, which we didn't necessarily match. And coming into halftime, Eric laid into us a little bit and was very direct. Like, you're not getting rebounds. You're not getting went through the list. And when he's able to hold each of us accountable, then we know what our actions need to be with moving forward. So I think going into that second half in our huddle, we were just like, we got to throw the first punch. And so we just brought out our dog mentality, which also, having this one back just brings out a natural dog that we were missing for a month. Oh, you thought it was? Oh, you thought I was pointing to you?
No, her fucking.
And you just dropped the F-bomb. So we're gonna get fined for sure.
The B word.
I
did.
didn't say nothing, WNBA. I didn't say nothing.
But she brings a natural dog that is just, it ignites.
Yeah, y'all saw that tip.
Okay, and then that,
Difference.
I
And then
wonder why we turned up.
that was her dog.
we saw that. That was awesome. No, that's it for me. I know you guys got to get on the road. So
Thank you.
All right, that concludes today's media available.
Anytime y'all want to
Wait, let me get a picture.
Oh yeah. Everyone say what's up.
Wait, go to the mouth. There you go.
I got the text.
I'm posting that.